The Nitecore TUP has come through so far 2 full phases of test in progress, and now we're at the third and most likely the final stage of test in progress of this light. The light itself, and this specific light, has undergone a number of aspects, from drop test to submersion to freeze test to being dried out in the proverbial coffin of rice to bring it back to full functioning. At least as far as we can tell, we are at 15 lumen, 65 lumen, 200 lumen, back to 100 lumen, and then pressing and holding the selector switch, it goes into 1000 lumen. And all functions appear to be proper and without any mechanical or electrical problem at this point, albeit in spite of all of the testing and progress that we've subjected this to. The IP54 rating, of course, immersion protection rating, the 5 and the 5.4, the first digit is for solids, in this case limited protection against dust, and the 4, the second digit, being for fluids, in this case water, and protection against splashes from any direction. And of course this light has far exceeded that protection level. I'd like to, in running the turbo mode, pressing and holding the selector switch from any position, I'd like to check the thermal protection on this to see approximately how long it takes before the light will automatically turn off. Obviously we can leave the light on as we have in the past by pressing the power button, and depending on the stage that we're at, ramping up or ramping it down, we had that one timer effect. But I'd like to get this tested, and I'm going to, since the warranty card is no longer of any real use to us, I'm going to attempt to make a bit of a false button, because I'm not really sure how long this will remain on, and we'll use a rubber band wrapped around this button in an effort to press and hold. We'll run a timer on this as well. So see if we can wedge this cardboard piece, the warranty card if you will, under there, and put this on full turbo mode. There we are, full turbo mode, and on full turbo mode, and it's been on for at least several seconds. We will run the timer and see if we get premium satisfaction out of this light, and coming back as soon as we come to that point. Now this has been continuing to run at the 1000 lumen turbo level, and currently at the 2-minute, well, just over 2-minute level. We're now at 2 minutes 15 seconds, and of course it's well beyond that because we started the timer after the light had been activated with our permanent cardboard stop from the warranty card. Currently at the 3-minute 45 second mark on the TUP. The aluminum body in front of, or just behind the lens, is quite warm, almost hot. The entire body is pretty warm. However, the lens, there's not a lot of thermal issue there. It's not very, it's actually less, there's less temperature on the lens itself than on the aluminum body where I'm touching this, or the display screen. And it's continuing to run now at the 4-minute, well beyond the 4-minute 30-second mark. So we'll just let this continue to run and see just how long this will run, continue to run without automatic turn off on the turbo mode. This has now gone longer than I had ever begun to expect. We are beyond the 30-minute mode, 30 minutes, 23 seconds as you just saw, and it's continued to run on what I believe is 1000 lumen. The body of the flashlight is quite warm. The lens is a little less warm in temperature. The body of the flashlight is very quite warm. Again, we're beyond 30 minutes at this point, much longer than I anticipated when this started at this time. And what I want to do is try to verify that we actually are on the 1000 turbo mode instead of possibly on the 200 lumen mode. I'm going to slightly lift up on this and pressing this back into, it does say it's at 1000 lumens. I'm going to lift it up again. That's 65 where it automatically cycles back to, and this, our ad hoc button is not cooperating very much. I want to avoid inadvertently pressing that power button. So we're at 15 lumens there, ad hoc back to 1000, and that's what we read. I'm going to lift this up again. As you can see, 1000 lumen, and other than that slight interruption, I'm going to let this continue to run. We're at 32 minutes at this point, so it'd be very interesting to see just at what point, if at all, this automatically shuts down because of a thermal issue or some other internal setting on the digital aspect of this. Well, it's been taking so long that I even delved into having a little snack here. So we just had auto shut off on the TUP. Let me bring up the stopwatch. I did stop it when that occurred. That occurred at 42 minutes, 52 seconds. I'm going to remove this. Now it came back as soon as I released pressure on the settings button. It came back, excuse me, shouldn't have had that peanut, to its regular setting where it had previously been. Depressing this now. Actually, it's down to 1 lumen. It went up to 1000 lumen just now. I'm going to do this again, and I want to see how much longer. Let's reset the stopwatch. We've got 1000 lumen. Again, 1000 lumen, hitting the stopwatch. And actually that cycled down to probably 1 lumen. 1000 lumen, and it's definitely not at 1000 lumen there. That's definitely not 1000 lumen. So there we have it. A constant run at the turbo mode of 1000 lumen, and we see pretty much much more runtime on the 1000 lumen setting before it will now no longer even go up to 1000 lumen. That is not because, I don't think that's because of temperature, because grasping the body of the flashlight is a bit less warm than it had been previously. Completely turning this off. Let's see if we can get it to go back up to 1000 lumen. That's definitely not 1000 lumen, and it cycled off. So over 40 minutes, and that seems to be the running time for constant turbo 1000 lumen for the Nitecore TUP. Thank you.